At the edge of an early autumn morning, the soft rays of the sun began to filter through the towering trees of Oak Ridge Park, casting long shadows over the dew-kissed grass. Stay tuned for a jaw-dropping twist that leaves everyone stunned. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more thrilling discoveries. Beneath one of these shadows stood Officer Lily Davis, her eyes scanning the park for signs of any trouble. Her K9 partner, Titan, a sleek German shepherd, was unusually still, his ears perked toward the sky. In the 5 years of service together, she had never seen Titan so fixated. His typically relaxed stance was replaced by tension in his body, and before Lily could make sense of what was happening, Titan's sharp barks sliced through the quiet park, catching the attention of the few joggers who were out at this early hour. "Quiet, Titan," Lily muttered, instinctively reaching for her dog's harness. But Titan didn't respond. His amber eyes remained locked onto something in the sky, his muscles coiled as though ready to spring. Lily's gaze followed his, and in the distance, she could see the outline of a sleek, high-tech drone cutting through the sky. It was like nothing she had ever seen before. Her heartbeat quickened. Titan's behavior was alarming. She had seen many drones around the city, especially near military installations, but this one had a strange aura about it, something that unsettled Titan to his core. "Hey, Davis." A voice broke her concentration, and she turned to see Sergeant Ethan Woods approaching. His face was tense, his posture stiff as he marched toward her. "Get that dog under control," he barked, glancing at the drone with a hint of irritation. "That thing's part of a classified military operation." Lily tightened her grip on Titan's harness, trying to get him to calm down. Titan continued his frenzied barking, completely ignoring her orders. "He's never acted like this before," Lily said, her voice tinged with concern. "There's something wrong with that drone. It's different." Woods's gaze sharpened, and his lips curled into a thin line. "I don't care about your dog's record, Davis," he snapped. "That drone is carrying sensitive equipment. Get your dog out of here before he compromises our operation." Titan barked again, a sound so forceful that it seemed to shake the very air around them. The officer's instincts told her that something wasn't right. She had been in law enforcement long enough to know when there was more to a situation than met the eye. As they began to move away from the drone, Lily noticed something strange about its flight pattern. It wasn't heading toward the nearby military base, as it should have been. Instead, it was weaving in and out of civilian areas, drifting dangerously close to high-rise buildings where several tech companies were headquartered. Lily's suspicion grew as she watched the drone's erratic movements. Inside their patrol car, Lily accessed the drone's flight schedule on her tablet, her brow furrowing as she scrolled through the list of authorized flights. There were no military operations scheduled over Oak Ridge Park today. She glanced at Titan in the rearview mirror, his gaze still fixed on the sky. His amber eyes were filled with determination. It was as though he was trying to tell her something. Lily's suspicion deepened as she continued to dig into the drone's flight records. Something wasn't right, and her gut told her it had to do with her partner, Titan. She had always trusted his instincts, and if he was reacting this strongly, there had to be a reason. Her mind raced, recalling the strange and often redacted details in Titan's file. He had been transferred from a specialized military K9 unit to the Oak Ridge Police Department, but there was little information about his past. That didn't sit well with her, and she began to make discreet inquiries about Titan's origins. But before she could delve too deeply, a sharp voice interrupted her thoughts. "All units in the vicinity of Oak Ridge Park, be advised. A military training exercise is in progress. Clear all civilian and law enforcement personnel from the area." The voice crackled over the radio. It was Ethan Woods, but the order didn't come through the proper channels. Lily's suspicions flared. No training exercise had been scheduled. She pulled up the Joint Operations database on her laptop, scanning for any official military activity. There was nothing. The order didn't add up. And then it hit her. What if the drone wasn't part of a training exercise at all? Lily's heart raced as she realized the implications of what she was uncovering. This wasn't a simple case of an unauthorized drone flight. It was something much bigger. She turned to Titan, who was sitting upright, his head tilted as if understanding her thoughts. "Let's go, boy," she muttered, starting the car. She was about to pull out of the parking lot when she noticed a flash of movement in her rearview mirror. Ethan Woods was on his phone, gesturing furiously at their vehicle as they drove away. She made a mental note of his badge number and the drone's markings before her focus shifted back to the road. Whatever was happening, they needed to get to the bottom of it. As they made their way through the streets, Lily's mind raced. She thought back to her conversation with David Chen, a former CIA agent and her old mentor. He had always warned her about the dangers of classified military projects, especially those that involved advanced technology. The mention of the drone's unusual modifications, combined with Titan's behavior, set off alarm bells in her head. "David, I think we've stumbled onto something big," Lily muttered to herself. "Something that could bring the whole system down." Lily and Titan spent the next few days combing through the data, piecing together the mystery surrounding the drone and the strange events that had followed. They discovered that the drone had been making systematic passes over key government buildings, tech companies, and critical infrastructure sites, places that seemed to have no obvious connection to one another. Lily's investigation led her to a disturbing conclusion. There was a coordinated effort to use these drones to infiltrate sensitive locations across the country. And it wasn't just about surveillance. These drones had been modified to carry advanced neural technology that could bypass any security system. The deeper they dug, the more Lily realized that they were up against a powerful force, one that would stop at nothing to protect its secrets. And as the storm clouds gathered over Oak Ridge, Lily and Titan knew that they had to face whatever was coming, together. It all came to a head one fateful night at a remote warehouse on the outskirts of the city. Lily and Titan had tracked the drone to its source, a secret operation designed to use military drones as a new form of weaponized surveillance. As they infiltrated the warehouse, they discovered that the drones were part of a larger conspiracy involving rogue military operatives and foreign agents. But their mission took a dangerous turn when they found themselves surrounded by armed men. A firefight ensued, and in the chaos, Titan sprang into action, disabling the attackers with surgical precision. It was clear. This wasn't just a fight for survival. It was a battle for the future of national security. As Lily and Titan fought their way out of the warehouse, they discovered that the real target was not just the drones. It was Titan himself. His enhanced abilities, the result of a top-secret military program, made him the key to unlocking a new era of electronic warfare. But Titan's loyalty to Lily was unwavering, and together they managed to thwart the conspiracy and stop the drones from carrying out their mission. In the aftermath of the battle, as the sun began to rise over Oak Ridge, Lily sat beside Titan in the quiet of their apartment. The FBI had arrived, securing the site and arresting the conspirators. But Lily couldn't shake the feeling that they had only uncovered the tip of the iceberg. Titan lay beside her, his body healing from the wounds he had sustained in the fight. As she stroked his fur, Lily knew that they had faced something far greater than they had imagined. But the bond between them, forged through years of trust and loyalty, had seen them through. The storm had passed, but the real war was just beginning.